this gentleman right here. Yeah?
Just wanted to know what rate we pay.
Oh, question.
And she said nobody knows.
There you go. Right there, young lady back there. That's you. Can you stand up? And if you have want to address somebody specifically, please do so. Otherwise, again, it's a jump ball.
I was wondering if Laura could address the upcoming debt service that you alluded to with 210, and I believe there's some out there with 113A, specifically the years that we're going to see it and ballpark dollar amounts, and also maybe explain to the community what it means, this debt service, and how it's paid. Do you think or any of you up there, because I think the community at large might not understand.
I'll rely on some of my partners for this, for exact years and the amounts, because I don't have them in front of me. 210, I do know offhand. In 2017, we are going to, for that 2006 bond for building the extension onto the high school, we're going to start paying another 2,000. Well, it starts at a little 1.2 million, and it goes. Right now, we're currently just paying on the interest. Okay, let me go back here. We're just currently paying on the interest. So, starting in 2017, we're going to be up at $4 million that we're going to start paying back. What that means is when your tax bill comes out, the assessor's office automatically increases your taxes because you approved that debt service by voting at the polls. So you're going to see an increase in those taxes. They go through 2026 for just that one debt that we owe. And we're going to be paying $7.1 million a year in 2026 for that one debt. We also have a capital projects debt that this next year, your taxes are going to go up for that capital projects debt. Right now we're paying $200,000 for the capital projects debt. Next year, we're going to be paying $1.2 million. So your taxes are going to increase for the debt that we already have. If you go to the treasurer's page for the counties, you can get the audits for your school district online. Those audits show you the debt that is owed to the school district. So when you look at the numbers with the principal and interest, and you add them going across for that year, and then you go to the next year and you do the same thing, that increase that you see in there is going to be divided out across all the EAV for all the properties in this district automatically. And if you don't understand any of that, I think I speak for the majority of the people before me here. I think anybody would be happy to explain it to you and show you how it's going to increase and explain how that works. We'd be more than happy to. I firmly believe that we need to be transparent. We need to explain that to the people here in our community. They need to understand how the community is being affected as a whole with everything that's going on.
Laura, let's let somebody else build on what you said. Dwayne, you want to?
Yes, I just happen to have in front of me the amount levied per bond issue from the county, DuPage County, where they calculate it and spread it out over the time period in which they're being paid. In 2011, the increase for bond payments, now this is across the entire community, is going to go up $440,000. Then in 2012, that's just for the 1995 bond issue they're redeeming. In 2012, it's going to go up another $205,000. 2013, another $215,000. In 2014, it's going to jump $540,000. At that point in time, the 95 bonds are going to be refunded, but they have a 2001 series, and that's going to continue on. So it's going to drop down in 2015. It'll go down about $800,000 again. So what they did with their bonding, the 2001 series, they paid in 2000. They took taxes in and levied them for 2000 to 2005, and then they had zero payments during the interim months, or interim years, 2006 through 2014. And it starts up again in 2015 because that's when the old 95 bonds will be paid off. However, we're paying interest on all these things all the time when we extend it out. Because we had no cash and they couldn't go get the money, they built the schools and whatever it was, and they put it out to the future. So 2015 to 2018 will pay off the rest of those 2001 bonds. And then we get another balloon payment in 2019, which will be the 2002 series bonds, and that'll be at $5 million for 2 years, and that'll take care of that.
Well, I think it's instructive too to refer back to the couple of the slides that were in the Liberty Markets PowerPoint. One is the debt service per share of expenditures. The state average for school districts is about 7%. 113A is 12%, so almost double what the state average is. The debt servicing cost per pupil, again, have risen from $700 in 2001, these are in constant dollars, $700 in 2001 to over $1,200 in 2009. So again, I think that helps to maybe encapsulate some of this as well in the debt service issue. But Al, you want to jump in?
I saw some people's heads look like they were spinning with all these numbers here. So I tend to dumb things down, for lack of a better word. In 1994, there was a referendum, I believe it was 94, to build Old Quarry Middle School, and the voters approved it. That's the bulk of the debt we have right now. And the problem with that debt, they're capital appreciation bonds and they're non-callable, which means we can't retire them early, and they earn 9.5% interest. Tax-free 9.5% interest. Okay, that means somebody is earning the equivalent of about 13% interest. Okay, 2001, you saw the chart spike for 2001, 2002. Those bonds were issued to build River Valley School, and that was done without a referendum. There were matching funds from Governor Edgar, I'm sorry, guy in jail.
Governor Ryan.
I guess he tried to
So
fight
many.
He had that Build Illinois program, and there were matching funds. Illinois first, and he's now first in jail. So our community decided we wanted to build another school, and that's why you saw on the chart the debt spike at that time. Okay, well, my opinion is that's where our problem started. We built another school. We did it without a referendum. We did it without voter approval. We did it because we had matching funds coming. It's like when you go to the store and you save $10, you buy twice as much to save $20. Okay. It was done without voter approval. We're stuck with it. When you build a school, you still need money to run it. That wasn't secured. Now, my opinion is that's where we started down this trend. Okay, we can't change it. We're there. And I can go with all the numbers. It's going to confuse you, but the gist of it is you start out with a smaller payment, then it increases. Some of it, no payments for whatever it is. You're still paying interest on it. The thing I want you to remember is that people on the board voted for this and approved it. Okay, so that's who you blame. We don't blame anyone else but the board. So how do you fix that? Well, we're stuck with what we have, but put a better board in place.
13% return. The other takeaway is we should all get into the municipal bond business.